Y'all, I just left the gym and let me tell you what happened to me today. So, me going to the gym is new. The routine that I do at the gym is new. This is my first week doing the gym thing, doing this routine. The first day that I went to the gym, I could only find an open area for me to do my workout in the women's room, which was cool. I'm a woman. I went in there. The second day I went back, I went to that same room just because that's where I went the first time and I worked out. No problem. Today, third day, going back to the gym, I go back to the women's room because, again, worked out for me the first two times. However, I had to migrate out of the women's room because it didn't have all the necessary equipment in it that I needed for what I was supposed to do today. So I migrate to this other room. I walk in, it looks like a bunch of professionals really getting it in there. So it was a bit intimidating, but I go through with it. Well. I get to my last workout for the day, and this older gentleman walks over to me and says, "You got to get out of the phone and get the work done." Irritation immediately coming over my body. Sir, go mind your business. But I don't say that. Take a sigh, chuckle, thinking he would go on about his business while I continue to look at my phone. Now, mind you, what I'm looking at in my phone is how to use this equipment and how to properly, position your body to this routine because it's new to me. And I know that I don't do everything correctly, but I do try to take steps to make sure I'm not hurting myself when I do these new things. So, he doesn't let up. He doubles down and continues on, "No, seriously, you got to put the phone down." Deep breath. I explain myself. All irritated, but explain myself. Try not to be disrespectful. Wasn't raised to be disrespectful, but sir, all due respect, leave me alone. He proceeds to be like, "Well, don't worry about what they're doing. They're professionals. You got to do what works for you." Still irritated. How in the world will I know what works for me if I don't look to professionals and try things to figure out what works for me? He's like, "Come over here to this. Let's try this out." I take a sigh. Clearly he knows what he's doing though. So I'm like, all right, give this a chance. So he takes me to this machine. It's called the Dip Chin Assist machine. And he's like, "Just start with this." And he's like, he adjusts the weights on it, whatever. And he's like, "Pull yourself up." And I'm like, I can't pull myself up on this. Like, sir, you're asking me to do what works for me. This doesn't work for me. And he's like, no. You just adjust the weight until you can. I'm like, give it a chance. He seems nice enough. So try to be pleasant. Clearly he's trying to be helpful, but I'm just not naturally trusting in that way. So I'm like, what's your motive here? So whatever, he shows me how to use it. I'm doing it. He's like, "All right, now do 10 sets of 10 of this and then call it a day." And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing 10 sets of 10 on this. I might do 4 sets of 10 and then, yeah, that's about to be it today. And he was like, "All right, do what you can and then call it a day." He was like, "You got to just show up, be consistent, do what you can every day." And I'm like, how do you feel like this works for me over what I was trying to do? And he was like, "Honestly, just tell me that you'll come back and that'll make my day." Irritation sets in again. How did this become about you and making your day? Like, sir, what are we doing here? And he's like, "I got this podcast." And I know my face is doing a thing by this point because my face does a thing. I don't know what my face was doing, but I know it was doing a thing because I can't control it. It just happens. And he's like, "I got this podcast And that's what I'm really about. I'm just about getting people motivated to get in here and do the work. So as long as you're consistent, I said, respectfully, leave me alone. The thing that I wanted to say in the first place, I ended up there anyway. Now, don't get me wrong. I did my 4 sets of 10. There's a new workout that has been added to my list. But what we not about to do is make my personal journey about you. About making you feel good about yourself. Like, no. I'm not here for it. Carry on.